My grandmother died. But her room still whispers at night. What I found inside will haunt you forever. In a small quiet village called Umokoro, surrounded by thick forest and red soil paths, lived an old woman known by everyone as Mama Ikioma, my grandmother. She was a quiet woman. Never talked much. Her eyes were always sharp, always watching. People in the village feared her, but they respected her too. They said she used to be a strong priestess in her younger days. Some said she still had powers. But nobody had proof. I was just 17 when I came to live with her after my parents died in a fire accident in the city. She welcomed me with her warm smile and quiet voice. Her house was made of mud walls and thatched roof. It stood alone at the edge of the village, near the thick trees. Everything in the house was normal. Except her room. Never sleep in that room, she warned me one night with a cold, straight face. If you ever enter and close your eyes in that room, you won't wake up again. I thought it was just an old woman's way of being scary. I nodded, laughed it off, and promised never to go near, but then strange things started happening. It began with my cousin, Ngozi. She came to visit us from Owerri and insisted on sleeping in grandmother's room. She said the bed there was softer, and she wanted privacy. That night, she laughed, she sang, she even posted a video saying, "I'm sleeping in the forbidden room." By morning, she was gone, not gone as in missing. She was dead, peacefully lying in bed, no wounds, no sickness. Just gone. Her eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. The villagers whispered. They said this wasn't the first time. 3 people had slept in that room in the last 10 years. All of them died in their sleep. My heart beat faster every time I passed the room. The wooden door stayed shut like it was guarding something. And at night, I could hear sounds from inside, soft crying, footsteps, whispers in languages I didn't understand. One night, I saw grandmother standing in front of the room, talking to someone inside, but no one was there. Then something even stranger happened. One morning, I woke up and found the room wide open. The bed was made, but there were fresh wet footprints on the floor leading from the room to my own door. Was something or someone watching me? Ever since the night I saw the footprints from her room to my door, I couldn't sleep well again. Every night, I locked my room, placed salt at the door like Mama always taught me, and whispered small prayers, but the fear didn't leave me, it grew worse. I started watching grandmother closely. She moved differently now. Slower, but not like old people. Her movements were too smooth, too quiet. I never heard her footsteps, even when she walked right behind me. One evening, I noticed something strange. She was in the kitchen, peeling yam. Her left hand slipped, and the knife cut her deep, but she didn't flinch, not even a hiss. Blood dripped on the floor, and she calmly continued peeling like nothing happened. I froze. "Mama, you're bleeding." She turned slowly and smiled at me. "Am I?" she said. Then she licked the blood from her hand like soup. My body turned cold. That night, I had a dream. I was standing inside her room. The walls were bleeding. The bed was shaking. I heard a voice whispering from under the bed, "That is not your grandmother. She died years ago." I woke up screaming. I went to the village elders. One of them, poor Okri, looked at me with fear in his eyes. He pulled me close and whispered, "Your grandmother, Ikioma, was buried 12 years ago." "What?" I asked, shaking. He nodded slowly. "We all attended her burial. But the day after the funeral, she walked back into that house. Like nothing happened. We wanted to run, but she warned us. Told us if anyone spoke, we would join her in the spirit world. So we stayed quiet." My legs gave way. I couldn't breathe. I had been living with something. Not someone. That evening, I packed my bag. I didn't care where I would go, I just needed to escape, but as I reached the front door, I saw her standing there, blocking the way. Her head tilted. Her eyes Pitch black, going somewhere? She asked, voice like thunder and wind mixed together. The bag dropped from my hand. She stepped forward slowly. I kept you alive because you carried the blood, she whispered. But now that you know the truth. Her shadow grew longer. Crawling toward me like a creature, I ran. Not out the front door, but into the bush behind the house. I didn't stop until I reached the old shrine in the forest, the one my mother used to tell me never to enter. I fell on the ground and cried. Suddenly, I heard someone calling me from behind, my child. I turned around. It was another woman. She looked exactly like my grandmother. But younger. Softer. Kind. Dressed in white, and she said something I will never forget. I am the real Ikioma. The one in that house is not me. She took my body. And now, she wants yours too. I stood there in the forest, shaking, barefoot, face stained with tears, staring at the woman who looked like my grandmother. If you are the real Ikioma, I whispered, then who? What is in that house? Her soft eyes filled with sorrow. She is a demon, she said, voice like the wind rustling dry leaves. She took my body the night I died. They buried my flesh, but her spirit remained in it. She fed on fear and souls. And now, she wants you. My heart pounded. How do I stop her? She stepped closer, placing a white cowrie shell in my palm. Return to the house. Go into the room. Place this shell under the bed. Burn the red cloth she hides in the calabash. And no matter what you see, don't run. I looked down at the shell. It was cold, and somehow, it hummed. I returned to the house that night. The sky was red, like it was bleeding. The air was heavy. The silence felt alive. The door creaked open on its own. Everything was quiet. Until I stepped inside, then I heard her voice from the shadows. You came back. She stepped out from the darkness, her skin now cracking like old clay. Her eyes burning red. Her smile too wide. I fed you. I sheltered you. And now you betray me. I didn't speak. I didn't blink. I walked straight to her room. The door opened with a loud groan. The air inside was ice cold. I placed the cowrie under the bed. And suddenly the room screamed. The walls bled again. Shadows flew across the room. The bed levitated. The calabash in the corner cracked open. Inside it was a piece of red cloth soaked in thick black liquid. I grabbed it. She roared behind me, put it down. Her body twisted and stretched. Her legs bent backward. Her mouth opened and stretched all the way to her chest. A long tongue fell out, dripping, but I didn't stop. I threw the cloth into the fire I had prepared. The house shook. She rushed at me, but as the cloth burned, she began to melt. Her screams were like thunder crashing on a mountain. Flames rose, not from the fire, but from the walls. And just before she vanished completely, she whispered, "You are just like me. You will call me again one day." Then she was gone. Smoke filled the house, and silence followed. By morning, the villagers gathered outside the house. They were afraid. They had lived under her curse for 12 years. No one ever dared enter the house. But I stepped out, carrying the cowrie shell and the ashes of the cloth. "She is gone," I said. Poor Okori stepped forward and held my hand. "You have freed us," he said. "You are your grandmother's true blood." That night, I sat outside the house, watching the stars. The air was finally peaceful, but deep inside me, I felt something shift, like something had passed from her into me. The whispers didn't stop. The room no longer screamed, but sometimes, when I walk past it, I hear a soft voice saying, "My blood. Don't forget me." The end. Evil often wears a familiar face. Sometimes, the things we trust the most, the people we love, the homes we feel safe in, can carry the deeper secrets. But when truth is hidden by fear, only courage can set us free. it teaches us that silence can feed darkness, but speaking out, no matter how dangerous, can save others. True strength is not in fighting with fists, but in standing firm against fear, and most importantly, we must confront the past to protect the future, even when the evil looks like family. Truth must rise. To everyone who has watched, liked, shared, and followed this page, I see you, I appreciate you, and I love you deeply. Your support means the world to me. Every view, every comment, every like keeps me going. Please keep supporting by sharing, liking, and dropping your thoughts in the comments. Let's grow this family together and keep our stories alive. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.